Get your CGR shirts and glassware at ClassicGameRoom.com. Classic Game Room is brought to you by Magnum Skywolf. CGR is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of one of my favorite games on the Sega Mark III. This is Aleste, which is like the prequel to this game, MUSHA. This is a lot of great game on screen right here. Next to the Vectrex, which makes it even better. Look! It's breaking your screen. Welcome to the Classic Game Room review of Aleste for the Sega Mark III, also known as Power Strike on the Sega Master System. The first clip of music we heard was recorded from the FM sound unit on the Mark III. Now let's hear the same music without. Yes, that's quite a difference. The FM sound unit is no joke, and I'm working on a complete review of that thing, but I've been playing Aleste for the past several months and love it, and the fact that it helped to bring us two of my other favorite games, MUSHA and Robo Aleste. Ah, the familiar power pills. Gotta catch them while avoiding all of the stuff that's trying to kill you. Aleste is an absolutely spectacular game on the Mark III. In fact, it's easily one of the best on the console, no surprise. This is from Compile, the geniuses behind MUSHA and Robo Aleste, as well as numerous other good games. You don't have little buddies to give you backup, but you do have several power-ups to choose from, all with their own numbers. So if anything, this game is probably more like Compile's own Xanac than MUSHA, but in a way I'd say it's like a good combination of the two. Consider this one a rough draft for MUSHA, which could possibly be the absolute best game on the Sega Genesis, so it's really nice to see where it came from. Aleste is harder than MUSHA for several reasons. Number one, your power-ups have limited ammo. Also, after you're destroyed, you lose your weapon power-ups. Collecting those power pills, as I call them, strengthens your main weapon. From a single shot to a double shot to a triple shot. And when you lose that, not only is it extremely disorienting, but you're also way underpowered, and you also lose whatever special weapon you're using at the time, and go back to the default special weapon, which is number 1. And it's pretty much useless. It only fires a special shot in whatever direction you're flying, and doesn't do a good job wiping out enemy fire like some of the other ones. Number 8 is my absolute favorite. It sends the giant laser beams out that go back and forth, left and right, like windshield wipers wiping out enemy laser blasts. 3 is like the super laser thing that's good for boss battles. 4 is the shield, I think. 6 is pretty handy, that's like a directional wave. I forget what 2 is, and the other ones I didn't find particularly helpful. There, you see I just picked up number 8, which is my favorite, and now I'm going to fly into something. Aleste does suffer from a lot of slowdown, but honestly the game would be impossible without it. So one trick that comes in handy is to pick up whatever power-up slows the game down the most, which I think is number 4, the spinning force field thing. I'm cutting between footage recorded with the FM sound unit and footage without. As you can probably hear, it delivers far more detail and complexity, as well as bass. It's like the Sega 32X add-on for music on the Mark III. It's a really nice peripheral. Not a very common one, though. In fact, I'm borrowing this from my friend Chris in Jersey City, New Jersey! And I never borrow anything from anyone anymore, but I couldn't pass this up. There's a lot of games that actually take advantage of the FM sound unit, that unlocks hidden better soundtracks. It's tough to go back to the non-FM sound unit music. Now, pay attention to the gameplay here. What I'm doing is wiping out as many enemy shots as possible. That's the best way to stay alive in Aleste. Don't just try to kill the enemies. Kill the things the enemies shoot at you. And obviously the more stuff you destroy, the higher your score. It's actually pretty easy to get some extra lives in this game. Although Aleste is never easy. It is tons of fun though. You simply can't live without this game in your Mark III collection, and once again it's called Power Strike on the Master System, and no, it's not cheap. It's actually more affordable on the Mark III. Here I am back to the non-FM sound unit music, and I'm going to cut to footage with the FM sound unit music. What a difference. What a beautiful difference. I love the drum and synth sound effects from the FM sound unit. It's just remarkable, and you may have noticed a bit of a visual effect on some of the footage that's coming from the Framemeister. I'm sorry, did I call it that? The Framemeister! No! Where you can apply a bit of an old school filter that reminds me of the ancient 1970s televisions. Here's the Mark III dropping some bass. You gotta love this thing, and Aleste is one of the best games on the Sega Mark III. It's a brilliant shooter, hard as nails, a lot of fun, extremely likable, especially if you've enjoyed games like Xanac on the NES and MUSHA on Sega Genesis. You don't need the FM sound unit to enjoy this one, but it certainly brings out the most that Aleste has to offer because the music is amazing. However, you do need a better controller for fancy flying, and you're constantly holding down both fire buttons the entire way through the game, which is downright painful with either the Master System or the standard Mark III gamepad. I recommend the Allen 9000 custom joystick from Allen in West Virginia, who's awesome and watches Classic Game Room and has great taste in games. And if you have great taste in games, you'll want to play this. It's Aleste. One of the best on the Mark III, one of the best ever. Because this brought humanity one step closer to MUSHA. If you're going to buy the game anyway, buy it through ClassicGameRoom.com. Classic Game Room is supported by fans on Patreon. Thank you. Now prepare for the Lord Carnage Club, where I celebrate these backers on Patreon by shouting their name in a volcano! Derek Langley. Beer is the trick. Stephen Chucknick. From New Jersey. Michael Fernandez. People not named Michael Fernandez aren't Michael Fernandez. Al Stiver. Woo! EDM. Jason from British Columbia. Philipp Straubenmueller from Vienna, Austria. Cue the thunder. Jeff, Captain Dauntless, Briar. Cue the lava. I don't know what lava sounds like. It sounds like this. Jack Stavris from Australia. Ohad Kane, Master of Thunder. Chip Sankvale, Fighter of Space Bees. Woo! Rick DeBarros gets the extra disco. Michael and Ariana Nelson, Fighters of the Future. That's enough disco, because now it's time to shout, Busy Signal! That's right, and keep the volume loud and the party rocking for Sean Zoltek. Really? No. Sean Zoltek! Sergio Matthias Hergert! Tubular. Will.